Okay, today we're going to talk about the fingering for the Locrian mode. Out of the key of G. It's the 7th degree of the scale. So if we go up starting on the G on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the mode. And then we're back to the 1 right here. Okay, so it's right before, now it's right before the 1. It's the leading tone going right into the first mode. So the 7th mode is called Locrian. Now we can play it up here, but we can also move this down. Remember, the guitar repeats. You have your open string is like your 12th fret. So your 12th fret is open, and basically the 13th fret is what would be 1 down here. So we can also take this, because the 14th fret is also 2. So we can play it down here, or we can play it up here. But let's play it up here, because we'll just keep going with the idea. If it's too high for, I'll do both actually. So we're in this position right here on the 14th fret with my first finger, okay? And I'm going to give you the finger pattern per string. So the 6th string is going to be 1, 2, 4. Go up to the next string, 1, 2, 4. Next string, 1, 3, 4. Next string, 1, 3, 4. Next string, 2, 4. Next string, 1, 2, 4. Now, I hope you guys learned the Ionian mode right from the beginning and didn't just leap to this, because you'll see it's almost the exact same fingering. It actually is very close to what I showed you about the Lydian and Phrygian scale, where you don't really have to move your hand. What happens here is, when you did the Ionian down, let's go down here and play it down here too. Because remember, the 14th is the 2nd fret. It's equivalent. Okay, so we went again, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Okay? So let's go back down here. Remember, here's the 1, 2, 4, right? But the Ionian mode, as we know from learning it before, just starts with the 2nd finger. It's the same exact pattern. So that could also help you learn it. If you can go back to the Ionian mode, you're just adding 1 finger to it at the beginning of it. Instead of starting on the 2nd fret, you start on the fret before it. On 3rd fret in this situation, I'm sorry, down here. So those are all the modes. Again, get them all on your fingers. And you know, you can move each mode around. You could play each mode all off the key of G. It would be from different keys. So for instance, we could go G Ionian. Right? We could go G Dorian. We could go G Phrygian. We could go G Lydian. G Mixolydian. We could go G Aeolian. We could go G Locrian. Again, those are all from different modes. And so you could practice all the modes that you've learned, going up the neck in the key of G, and then you could even just place them all under one root. And you can see the differences in how they sound when they become the focal point. Because if you put them all on G, you really hear, wow, that, you know. So if we have the major scale, let's play G Dorian instead of G major. Or if we did G Phrygian, what a difference, watch. Okay? That's why the modes are so important to learn. Well, there's a number of reasons. Anyway, so after this, we'll start applying, like, well, what do we do with these things? Okay? But get them all under your fingers. Thanks.